To other news tonight, counter-terror police carrying assault rifles will soon be patrolling Australian airports as part of a $107 million security package. The money was unveiled in last year's budget, but the Prime Minister says it's taken 18 months to roll out the increased police presence.
Working pups lapping up a scratch behind the ears as a senior minister finds out their bark is worse than their bite.
There might be the use for canine dogs, for example, right on cue.
Scott Morrison at Canberra Airport to announce 153 new AFP officers will patrol Australian airports armed with MK-18 assault rifles and bomb detection dogs.
As people move around, they will see these officers appearing more and more around our airports.
The nation's capital and Brisbane Airport will notice the increased presence over Christmas. The specially trained officers will then be deployed to all capital city airports except Hobart over the next year.
Ensuring we have the capability to respond to any major incident.
The police push prompted by a 2017 plot to bomb an Etihad Airlines flight from Sydney to the Middle East, which only failed because the explosives were too heavy and were prevented from being carried on board.
If that A380 had have blown up, of course, it would have been an absolute disaster, and that's what we seek to avoid every day at our airports.
The airport security funding was unveiled in last year's budget, but the Prime Minister says it's taken 18 months to train these AFP officers and trial the increased police presence ahead of the official rollout.
The trial has been in place and ensuring that we get this absolutely right.
Given it's specialist training, it takes a while to actually gear up to be able to deliver that.
Another border security issue is front of mind for the government as it looks to empty offshore resettlement camps on Manus Island and Nauru following its Medivac repeal win. But the Prime Minister coy on whether Australia will accept an offer to send 150 refugees to New Zealand, suggesting the government isn't currently pursuing legislation to prevent any resettled refugees from ever entering Australia.
Right now, that is not a matter that we're currently progressing.
If ultimately the objective here is to protect the lives of human beings, then our policy at the moment is failing.
With the US resettlement deal nearing capacity and a maximum of 295 spots remaining, the government is under pressure to lock in other third country arrangements to finally remove the remaining refugees from Manus and Nauru. Eliza Edwards, Sky News, Canberra.